annals of history, certain mysteries captivate the collective imagination, weaving tales of adventure, ambition, and enigma. One such story is that of Michael Clark Rockefeller, the scion of one of America's most illustrious families, whose quest for cultural immersion led him to the uncharted territories of New Guinea, only to vanish without a trace. This is a journey through his life, passions, and the enduring mystery of his disappearance. Born on May 18, 1938, Michael Clark Rockefeller was the youngest son of Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller and Mary Todd Hunter Clark. His lineage was steeped in influence and affluence. His grandfather, John D. Rockefeller Jr., was a titan of industry, and his father would ascend to the roles of New York governor and vice president of the United States. Despite the weight of his family's prominence, Michael was determined to carve his own path, one that diverged from the corridors of power and wealth. In 1960, Michael graduated cum laude from Harvard University with a Bachelor of Arts in History and Economics. However, it was the realm of art and culture that truly ignited his passion. Influenced by his father's establishment of the Museum of Primitive Art, Michael developed a profound interest in indigenous cultures and their artistic expressions. This fascination would soon steer him towards the remote frontiers of the world. The untamed landscapes of New Guinea, particularly the Asmat region, beckoned to Michael. Home to a rich tapestry of indigenous tribes, the area was both culturally abundant and perilously uncharted. Driven by a desire to document and preserve the art forms of the Asmat people, Michael embarked on an ambitious expedition, aiming to bring their intricate carvings and traditions to the wider world. Michael's approach was not that of a distant observer, but of an active participant. He immersed himself in the daily lives of the Asmat people, forging genuine connections and gaining unparalleled insights into their artistic processes. His collection grew, each artifact a testament to a culture teeming with symbolism and spiritual depth. On November 17, 1961, Michael, accompanied by Dutch anthropologist René Wassing, set out on a voyage along the southwestern coast of New Guinea. Their vessel, a modest catamaran, was ill-prepared for the capricious temperament of the Arafura Sea. As the waters grew tumultuous, the boat capsized, leaving them stranded approximately 3 miles from the shore. After drifting for over 24 hours, hope waned. Displaying a resolve emblematic of his character, Michael turned to Wassing and declared, "I think I can make it." With improvised flotation devices, he struck out towards the distant shore, a solitary figure against the vast maritime canvas. It was the last confirmed sighting of Michael Rockefeller. The news of Michael's disappearance reverberated globally.
Let's dive into the most prominent theories about what happened to Michael Rockefeller. On November 17, 1961, Michael Rockefeller and anthropologist René Wassing were on a catamaran expedition off the coast of New Guinea when disaster struck. Their boat capsized, leaving them stranded 12 miles from shore. After a night adrift, Rockefeller made a fateful decision. He told Wassing, "I think I can make it," and set off to swim to shore, never to be seen again. The drowning theory suggests that Rockefeller succumbed to the treacherous waters of the Arafura Sea. Let's examine the evidence supporting this theory. Ocean conditions. The area where Rockefeller disappeared is known for its strong currents and dangerous riptides. Even a strong swimmer would face significant challenges in such conditions. Distance. Swimming 12 miles in open ocean is an extreme feat, especially for someone who had been stranded for hours and may have been dehydrated or exhausted. Marine life. The waters off New Guinea are home to various dangerous marine creatures, including sharks and saltwater crocodiles, which could have posed a threat to Rockefeller. Lack of physical evidence. Despite extensive searches, no trace of Rockefeller was ever found on land, lending credence to the idea that he never made it to shore. Expert opinion. Many search and rescue experts believe that drowning is the most likely explanation for Rockefeller's disappearance, given the circumstances. Survival time. The human body can only survive in water for a limited time before succumbing to hypothermia or exhaustion, even in tropical climates. While other theories exist, including those involving cannibalism by local tribes, the drowning theory remains the most straightforward and evidence-based explanation for Michael Rockefeller's disappearance. Some speculate that Rockefeller fell victim to a saltwater crocodile attack. These predators are common in the region and have been known to target humans. However, no physical evidence has ever been found to support this theory. Perhaps the most sensational theory is that Rockefeller was killed and eaten by the Asmat tribe, known for their headhunting and cannibalistic practices. This theory gained traction after the publication of the book Savage Harvest by Carl Hoffman in 2014. Hoffman claims to have uncovered evidence supporting this scenario, including alleged eyewitness accounts from tribe members. The cannibalism theory suggests that Rockefeller made it to shore, only to encounter the Asmat tribe, known for their headhunting and cannibalistic practices. This theory gained traction due to several factors. Cultural context. The Asmat people had a history of cannibalism and revenge killings. Some speculate that Rockefeller may have been targeted as retribution for a Dutch patrol's attack on Asmat villages years earlier. Eyewitness accounts. In the 1960s, a Dutch missionary named Cornelius van Kessel reported that Asmat men had confessed to killing and eating a white man shortly after Rockefeller's disappearance. Physical evidence. In 1961, a skull was discovered in the region that some believed could belong to Rockefeller. However, tests were inconclusive. Anthropological research. In 2014, Carl Hoffman's book, Savage Harvest, presented compelling evidence supporting the cannibalism theory based on extensive interviews with Asmat tribe members and Dutch colonial documents. The theory suggests that Rockefeller was killed either for his valuable possessions or as part of a ritualistic revenge killing. His body was then allegedly consumed in a cannibalistic ceremony. Critics of this theory argue that there's no conclusive physical evidence. The Asmat confessions could be unreliable or misinterpreted. The Dutch colonial government may have suppressed information to avoid a diplomatic incident. Despite these objections, the cannibalism theory remains one of the most discussed explanations for Rockefeller's disappearance. It continues to captivate the public imagination and spark debates among historians and anthropologists. Some believe that Rockefeller may have chosen to disappear and live among the indigenous people. This theory suggests that he became disillusioned with Western society and decided to start a new life in New Guinea. However, no concrete evidence supports this romantic notion. While official reports suggest he drowned, the gone native theory offers a fascinating alternative. The Asmat people, known for their intricate wood carvings and complex culture, had fascinated the young Rockefeller. He had spent considerable time among them, learning their ways and collecting their art. Proponents of the gone native theory argue that Rockefeller, disillusioned with Western society, chose to disappear into the Asmat world. They point to several factors: Rockefeller's deep interest in Asmat culture and art, his apparent dissatisfaction with his privileged life, eyewitness accounts of a white man living among the Asmat years after Rockefeller's disappearance. Rockefeller's own words reveal his fascination. The Asmat are a remarkable people. Their art is powerful and beautiful, their way of life intriguing. I feel a deep connection here. Despite extensive searches and investigations, no concrete evidence of Rockefeller's fate has ever been found. This lack of closure has allowed theories like gone native to persist. A more conspiracy-oriented theory suggests that the Dutch colonial government may have been involved in Rockefeller's disappearance. Some speculate that he stumbled upon sensitive information or became entangled in local politics, leading to his elimination. This theory, however, lacks substantial evidence. To understand the Dutch cover-up theory, we need to set the stage. In 1961, Dutch New Guinea was a colonial territory, caught in a tug-of-war between the Netherlands and Indonesia. The region was politically volatile, with the Dutch desperately clinging to their last colonial outpost in Southeast Asia. Enter Michael Rockefeller, the 23-year-old son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller. His disappearance on November 19, 1961, while on an art-collecting expedition in the Asmat region, couldn't have come at a worse time for the Dutch. The cover-up theory suggests that Dutch officials knew exactly what happened to Rockefeller but chose to conceal the truth. Why? Because the truth could have jeopardized their already fragile hold on the territory. According to this theory, Rockefeller didn't drown or fall victim to headhunters, as commonly believed. Instead, he may have been killed by members of the Dutch military patrolling the area. The motivation? Perhaps a case of mistaken identity, or an attempt to prevent Rockefeller from witnessing or reporting on Dutch military activities in the region. The theory further posits that once Dutch officials realized who they had killed, they orchestrated an elaborate cover-up. This allegedly involved destroying evidence, silencing witnesses, and creating a false narrative about Rockefeller's fate. Proponents of this theory point to several pieces of circumstantial evidence: the Dutch government's reluctance to allow a thorough investigation, inconsistencies in official reports, testimonies from local Asmat people that conflict with the official narrative, the sudden transfer or disappearance of key Dutch officials from the region. Critics argue that this theory is far-fetched and lacks concrete evidence. They point out that such a massive conspiracy would be difficult to maintain over decades. However, supporters of the theory argue that the geopolitical stakes were high enough to warrant such an extensive cover-up. The Netherlands was fighting to maintain its influence in Southeast Asia, and a scandal involving the son of a prominent American politician could have tipped the scales in favor of Indonesia's claim to the territory. To this day, the Dutch government has never fully addressed these allegations. The classified files related to Rockefeller's disappearance remain sealed, fueling further speculation. Another speculation is that Rockefeller was kidnapped by a rival tribe or group, possibly for ransom. However, no ransom demands were ever made, and the remote location makes this scenario less likely. In 1961, the art world and high society were rocked by the mysterious disappearance of Michael Rockefeller, son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller. While collecting primitive art in New Guinea, the young heir vanished without a trace. Today, we explore one of the most controversial theories surrounding his fate, the kidnapping theory. The kidnapping theory suggests that Michael Rockefeller didn't drown or fall victim to cannibals, but was instead abducted for ransom or political leverage. This theory gained traction due to several factors: Rockefeller's high-profile status. As the son of one of America's wealthiest and most influential families, Michael was a prime target for kidnapping. Cold War tensions. Some speculate that communist operatives may have orchestrated the abduction to embarrass the US government or gain leverage in negotiations. Lack of body or evidence. Despite extensive searches, no conclusive evidence of Rockefeller's fate was ever found, leaving room for speculation. Witness accounts. Several unconfirmed reports claimed sightings of a white man, matching Rockefeller's description, living among remote tribes years after his disappearance. While the kidnapping theory offers an intriguing alternative to the official drowning explanation, it remains unproven. The lack of concrete evidence and the passage of time make it unlikely that we'll ever know the full truth behind Michael Rockefeller's disappearance. Despite numerous search efforts and investigations over the years, no conclusive evidence has been found to support any of these theories definitively. The mystery of Michael Rockefeller's disappearance continues to captivate researchers and the public alike. The vanishing of Michael Rockefeller remains one of the 20th century's most intriguing unsolved mysteries. Whether he met his fate at the hands of nature, fell victim to human violence, or chose a different path, his story continues to fascinate us. It serves as a reminder of the unknown dangers that still exist in our world and the enduring power of an unsolved mystery. What do you think happened to Michael Rockefeller? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical mysteries and unsolved cases.